Triple Three correction. The Triple Three correction is the final pattern of the corrective phase that we will cover. Triple Three correction have a 5-wave structure that move against the direction of the larger trend. Inside these 5 waves, we are going to have a smaller 3-wave structure. Each wave is going to be a different correction pattern. And the easiest way to learn and understand this pattern would be to associate it with the ending diagonals. They both have the same amount of the subwaves, the only difference is where you would find them. The ending diagonal develops in the direction of the larger trend, while the Triple Three develops against the trend. This type of correction is common to see in wave 4 if wave 2 was a simple correction, like a zigzag or a flat. Wave W can be either a zigzag, flat, or complex correction. Wave X can be either a zigzag, flat, complex, or triangle correction. Wave Y can be either a zigzag, flat, or a complex correction. Wave X2 can be either a zigzag, flat, complex, or triangle, in the event that there are not any other triangles appearing already. Wave Z can be either a zigzag, flat, complex, or triangle, in the event that there are not any other triangles appearing. Like in Double Tree, each of the waves in Triple Three can become another complex correction. I strongly suggest you don't go further by searching for complex corrections within complex corrections, as this becomes confusing for new traders. Now let's take a look at the rules of the final pattern. Rule number 1. Wave X must end above the starting point of wave W. Wave Y must end above the ending point of wave W. Wave X2 must end above the ending point of wave X. Wave Z must end above the ending point of wave Y. This is the chart of the pound-yen on the 1-hour time frame where we spotted a potential Triple Three correction developing. And if we go and look from the bottom to the top, the movements are clearly not impulsive. There is no impulsive move there. Maybe there was a spikes, but there were more overlapping movements till the top, so that only tell us that there is a good chance that's going to be some sort of a correction. And if you start checking, you are going to see a 5 waves, where each leg have a 3 smaller subwaves, and the only options to go with this at the moment would be to call this some sort of a Triple Three correction. But you need to be sure, so you go and use the rules that we learned to validate your count. First rule was that the wave X needs to remain above the starting point of the wave W. That was reached over here, so that's fine. After that, wave Y needs to end above the ending point of wave W. Also, that was fine. Wave X2 needs to end above the ending point of the wave X1. Also true. And the final rule is that the wave Z needs to end above the ending point of the wave Y. Also true over here, so we could expect to see a 5-wave move to the downside, because we've seen a Triple Three correction in the uptrend. At least this chart right now looks like a short-term uptrend. And since this is a correction, when we end the Triple Three correction, we expect to see what? We expect to see a 5-wave move down. Here is another example of a Triple Three correction. This is a chart of the gold on the higher time frames. It is not my primary count, but this is my alternate count. All the way from the highest point in the gold few years ago, where everyone were excited about the price movements of this commodity, and everyone suggested that the price is going to reach to the skies, we have over here a lot of overlapping waves. And we can see a nice 3-wave moves in the wave W after a pullback that looked like a flat correction in the wave X, after that a clean zigzag in the wave Y, a triangle in the wave X2, and we have another zigzag in the wave Z. So we have a zigzag in the wave W, some sort of flat or zigzag in the wave X, zigzag in the wave y, x as a triangle, and zigzag in the wave z. But let's check the rules. Wave x needs to hold below the starting point of the wave w. After that, wave y needs to end below the ending point of the wave w. After that, the wave x2 needs to end below the ending point of the wave x1. And the final rule was that the wave z needs to end below the ending point of the wave y. And all rules were reached. So technically speaking, we can consider this to be a complete triple three correction. So if we are right, at least if this alternate count is right, we should be able to see some sort of an impulsive move soon. Triple three is the pattern that rarely appears in the market, and the best would be to use it only in your alternate wave counts.